Cousin! You have returned. How did things go?
You don't look well. What's happened?
Nothing. Nothing terribly bad.
It seems to me that this illness has been lingering too long. Who prepared—
No one is poisoning me, fair cousin. We are far from— Now then.
We had a talk with Lady Morange, and we explored the ruins that she suggested we visit. All our findings point to one conclusion. Those ruins were originally built by the Congregation of Merchants.
The Congregation? Us? But Father never once even hinted. Once again, he must have deemed me unworthy to know the secret. How he must despise me.
Constantine.
We have other more immediate matters at hand. Have you met the island governors? Did they speak of their discoveries concerning the Malachor?
No, I have not.
I know I have put a great deal on your plate, but this mission—
I'll get right to it.
Anything else?
I'm going to leave now.
Look out for yourself.
gonna come!
What brings you here, Ono Manawi?
At this old man's request, I investigated the You will now be able to access it freely to accomplish your and the congregation will keep exploiting the forest. However, there is one... You must deliver this man to us, because he is responsible for the...
These men died because of their own foolishness. No one else. If they hadn't cut all the oakerberry trees...
What does that mean? What...
3 woodcutters died eating the meat of an andrig after it was killed by a venomous dosentats.
It's nothing but a terrible coincidence. And if they had eaten the oakerberries...
We know that you're responsible for all this. The hunters told me...
How could you do this? You acted more fool. By killing these men, you have brought upon us their wrath.
Dunkus, I beg you. I only wanted to renounce...
Bloodshed only leads to more bloodshed. And you know that.
If you want to stop the woodcutters taking vengeance into their own...
I understand. But I have one condition before we make this agreement. The Lugaid Blau fooled us in the past. It is their turn to prove their good faith.
What do you want from us?
There is a mine in the forest that the congregation... But digging into the mountain has risked it collapsing. We worked with the Lugaid Blau to save the mountain and the men. We agreed to stop digging and sealed the entrance with a boulder. But some Renaigse came back, and I think they started digging again. And some of my people started going missing. Perhaps because they had seen them break their promise. If the mountain collapses and it is your clan's fault, thousands of lives will be lost.
And you want me to intervene?
You have to stop them. Remind them of their promise. This is the price of my trust. If you do, we punish the person responsible for the death of the woodcutters. And all...
I'll go to this mine and...
Is there any...
I must leave. Good...
I will...
some Renaikse around...
That doesn't happen often.
You're very isolated here.
It's a long story.
When I was young, I got engaged to a young man. I thought he was, but I was wrong. As I had broken my...
So, our parents came to settle here. They built this house.
There. Now you know the whole story. Do you want to know anything else?
I'll leave you alone.
Qua awalem.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
Actually, no one should be able to enter. This mine is doomed. It's terribly dangerous.
I wouldn't know. Our employer, Mr. Maillard, is the owner. He's got all the deeds required. Listen, you should go to the authorities. They can confirm all the paperwork.
I definitely will.
Those guys must have no respect for the lives of their men to start mining again.
These Renaikse must not have taken us seriously. We should take a closer look.
Sorry, this is private... Sorry.
We should take the path that overlooks the outer wall. We should be able to see inside from there.
They broke the stone and started digging under the mountain again. They use captives from the villages to dig their mine.
They've made them into slaves. We must talk to Sir de Cossillon. I hope our nation is not involved in this business.
My fair cousin!
I'm going to leave.
Look out!
Sir de Cossillon.
The Ssd, mate.
The mission you entrusted...
Very well. Good. Keep doing what can your rope.
I've come to ask you about It was closed for a long time for security reasons. But...
I seem to recall that a concession in this area was sold to a master maid. However, I do not recall the details of the colony. He is a rich merchant from Serene who arrived on the island only...
Unscrupulous? That's an This man had some natives captured and he's using them as slaves to work in this mine.
What? Does this old brigand really think that he is above the law? We cannot tolerate such methods. But we must determine the best way to it. You should start by finding the deed to his property in the archives. Don't worry. We'll not let this man's behavior go unpunished. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you.
It seems as though you can't decipher the glyphs of your own people's document.
I get lost in all the legal jargon, but they have Lady Morange's seal on them. We should find her to understand exactly what they say.
Good day, my lady. Happy to see you again in such fine health.
I need your advice. This time it's about the property deeds of a plot of land and of a mine acquired by a certain Maillard. Here are the deeds.
Do not worry. This type of document is always difficult to decide. However, they are very clear. Master Maillard is the owner of a plot of land located near Vigigador. He can exploit the forest and plant anything he wants there, but it says here that he does not have the right to exploit the mine. It's even repeated in this other paragraph. Any attempt at mining on this land is forbidden.
And yet, the mine located on this plot of land has been reopened.
According to these documents, the miners... This man's behavior is reckless. You should go see... He usually spends time at the port when he comes.
Your Excellency, it is an honor.
Master Maillard.
Who's asking?
De Ssd.
Well, I'm flattered.
I'm here to talk to you about the mine you have. Are you aware that you have no right to operate?
But what are you talking about? Surely this is a misunderstanding. I'm an honest merchant. I've always paid all taxes. Please tell your cousin that I would be happy to send... Now, Your Excellency, if you...
I'm afraid you don't understand, Master. It's not... And you endanger the congregation on this island by behaving...
Come on, don't be so serious, young woman. I'm sure it's nothing... Goodbye, madam. Best...
Welcome! Have you seen it? Are your boots worn through? Is your hat...
Come closer, good people.
Sir de... I verified the contract without even taking into account.
So...
He turned a deaf ear and...
Oh, some of these merchants. But it's high time we reminded him of who... Here. This is an eviction notice which dispossesses. For his crimes against the natives, he's banished from this. I will make him aware of this decision, but you should go to the mine immediately. The prisoners must be freed as...
I'll take care of it.
Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you.
Sorry, this is private...
I don't need your authorization. I have here an eviction notice signed by the governor's ministers. The former owner, Mr. Maillard, has lost his rights due to a breach of contract.
Look, ultimately, we are not the ones who decide. We only obey the boss's orders.
In that case, where can I find him to notify him of his loss?
You'll find him around here somewhere, Your Excellency.
Excellent.
Are you looking for trouble?
Master Maillard, I'm so glad to find... Here is a document from Sir de Cossillon on behalf of... Considering the fact that you have not respected the terms of your contract of ownership, the methods you used against the islanders has also ensured your banishment from Tier Hdd.
Impossible. By what right? Guards?
To my help! And death to the other! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
These people were monsters. I wouldn't cry over them. Come now, let's go free my brothers, and we can tell Dunkas everything.
Go without fear. You are free. And know that we are sorry for what happened to you.
You must believe that not all your beard blow or alloy.
She is an Almanawi. That's why she understands us. Thank you. We will not forget you.
May the grass always be soft beneath your feet, Onal Manawi.
We owe you our lives, Onal Manawi. The mountain river demands.
What brings you?
I was able to close the mine.
Yes, though you knew how to renew my...
Thank you, Dunkus. I am...
If you allow it, I would like to, since he loved the forest to the point of killing for it. Every day he will replant what your men will cut down. Every day. Does this punishment...
If I explained to Sir de Cossillon that the man was sentenced to... Thank you, Dunkus.
Is there anything else?
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Qua awalum se.
Greetings! So,
To San Mateus.
let's go! Greetings. What can I do?
Why build an outpost?
Well, we do have to with the bandits, anything else?
Halt! In the name...
Lady Desade, I have come to...
We have been welcome.
Renounce your gods! Answer me.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Behold your so-called gods. You are demons. They burn. They are nothing. You shed tears for this creature while your heart should be full of joy. Welcoming the light. Forget your pagan foul teachings. Embrace the true faith.
You are mad.
Renounce your gods!
Inquisitor?
You! Stop where you are. The pagan stink of these soulless natives taints you. You bring demon-spawned barbarians through our gates.
This man just killed some helpless soul in front of our eyes, and he calls us barbarians.
Who are you to address me with such familiarity?
I am the Inquisitor Aloysius, and you will be going nowhere lest your answers give me satisfaction. Do you believe that the God of Light is the one and only God?
Don't tell me that you are going to humor this crazed assassin.
If I want to complete my mission, I believe I have no other choice. Diplomacy may seem to you of little import, but I doubt that your governor will be of a similar opinion. Aggression towards an emissary of another nation is an error that could lead to war.
Your attempts to avoid answering speak for themselves. Answer my question.
No, I am not a believer. What are you going to do now? Burn me at the stake?
Your very presence in our holy city is outrageous blasphemy. May he guide my hand. Enough! This time brute force has prevailed, but the light always triumphs in the end. I will not forget our encounter, and I am certain that we shall meet again.
Young lady. Pardon me, are you not part of the new governor's entourage?
I'm his cousin, and I'm accompanying him on his mission to Hdd. What can I do for you, Father?
Bishop Petrus. How divinely fortunate this is. Did you know that I had the honor of meeting you at your uncle's court when you were a child? I would never have imagined that you would grow up to resemble the island natives so closely.
The island was yet to be discovered. How could you have known?
You haven't lost your clever little tongue. You were always quite a remarkable young girl. I'm on my way to New Serene as an ambassador to the new governor. Do you think there would be room for me to accompany you? The roads are not truly safe.
I must first meet the Mother Cardinal to present my...
I will accompany you, and then we can take the...
Your Eminence, in the name of the Congregation of Merchants, I present my best regards.
May the light bless you and accompany you on these grounds with inspired guidance.
I thank you. We truly wish that this visit will strengthen the ties between our two nations.
I learned that you crossed paths with that of Inquisitor Aloysius. I'm extremely sorry that this visit took a violent turn. Aloysius's faith is sometimes too absolute. I hope that you have it in you to look beyond it and forgive his zeal.
Another subject brings me as well. The Malachor. The horrible blood plague decimating our peoples.
A terrible matter that worries us all and reveals our imperfections and sinful nature. For he would never have allowed such an evil to spread without a deeper reason, a fault. Our theologians are certain that the Malachor is the work of a curse, and we have discovered that this island is home to a cult that venerates willfully a horrifying demon.
A demon? An evil spirit? It's very strange. Oh, I know no planet worships this sort of troubled spirit.
We must unearth this cult and tear it out by its sinister, sinful roots. We started to investigate a village not far from here, where strange happenings have been reported.
I have begun investigations, and I confirm that a demon is certainly active in the area.
Alas, the population is very secretive, and we have great difficulty gleaning any useful information. But if the congregation would help us in this matter, in other words, if the Malachor troubles your cousin as much as myself, report to His Majesty that the destruction of this pagan cult is the only way to eradicate the plague, and his help in obtaining any information from the natives would be extremely welcomed.
Be certain that your message will be transmitted, Mother Cardinal. I look forward to our next encounter.
Ssd. Welcome to... Goodbye. May the enlightened...